It's very apparent that you have a very big attitude of gratitude. What would you share with anyone watching as to how they can start today creating just a remarkable attitude of gratitude and living every day with that belief?
Well, I think having some historical perspective is good. Just realizing where we were less than 100 years ago or 150 years ago. In America, we had the Civil War. I live in Franklin, Tennessee. There was a big Civil War battle here. And if someone visits one of the old plantations, there's a plantation called the Carton Plantation. And when you walk up to the second floor, they use this cotton plantation as a hospital during this Battle of Franklin because there were something like 30,000 people killed. I mean, just tens of thousands of people injured and killed. When you're on the second floor, they point to these stains on the wooden floor and they tell you that the doctors used to perform amputees on this floor, and that's blood stains that can't be washed out. And they point you to the window, and you look down the window, and they said that there were so many arms and legs amputated, they would just toss them out the window. And the pile was almost up to the second floor. Now, those guys were just born at a bad time. I mean, I wasn't. I'm not walking up a hill with a musket in my hand being shot at by cannons. My problems are very relatively small. I can get food. I mean, I got food many times by going to Costco and walking around the warehouse getting free samples, and that was my lunch. And sometimes I go twice if I was hungry. I mean, historically speaking, my problems are relatively small. And in either way, I have to face those problems. So my attitude is the only thing that's gonna, I can handle it however I choose to handle it. Viktor Frankl, in his book Man's Search for Meaning, talks about that the man's or woman's last choice or the last freedom is going to be their thoughts and how they want to handle adversity. Now, here's a man that was, again, starving. He would walk through miles in the snow with no socks and shoes with holes in them. And he would be made to labor all day and come home and maybe get a small piece of bread. But he was still able to control his mind. And so relatively and historically speaking, my problems are they might be big to me, but historically they're very small. And that's helped me a lot. And maybe that'll help someone else.